A deep freeze is affecting many parts of Canada. The weekend forecast is prompting warnings to bundle up and to stay safe over the next couple of days. Here's a look at Environment Canada's warning map. From eastern Alberta all the way through to the Maritimes, extreme freezing temperatures are on the way. The orange alerts are the most extreme. It means severe weather is expected and could have health impacts and major disruptions. Here's a look at Regina and Winnipeg this hour. Saskatchewan and Manitoba have been hit by some of the coldest temperatures from this Arctic snap, with wind chill values dropping as low as -50. For more on the extreme weather conditions in Manitoba, I'm joined by Justin Oertel. He is the founder of the Weather Centre of Manitoba. He joins us now from Brandon, Manitoba, and he is outside braving the cold for us. Justin, thank you so much for, I guess, showing us what it really is like there. Talk to me about the conditions.
Yeah, so right now it's very clear. The skies are very clear, and that's a huge contrast to what it's been like over the last couple of weeks. There's probably a lot of folks that are watching have probably heard of the blizzards that have been hitting Manitoba, the active storm track over the last, like I said, 1 to 2 weeks. Shutting down highways and causing people to be stuck in the ditch and stuff like that. But it's a totally different story right now. Like I said, the skies are clear and it's bitterly cold. The temperature is -31 degrees Celsius in Brandon right now. But with the wind chill, it's feeling closer to -42.
-42. Justin, really, once again, thank you. What are you hearing from other residents?
I think people kind of know that Manitoba is used to this kind of cold, but even cold that's this cold, when you're getting a wind chill values -40s into the -50s, that's still quite rare for Manitoba, especially southern Manitoba. It only happens once or twice every winter season. So I think people are making sure they got all their winter gear and bundling up as best as they can in these frigid weather conditions out here.
Yeah, so can you, talk to me about, I've never experienced cold like that. I assume you're wearing many layers, but what happens when it gets that cold out? Eyelashes are starting to freeze, I'm assuming?
Yeah, well, I got a big beard here, but I just came outside for the interview from being warm inside, so it's not frozen yet, but it wouldn't take long. There's other things you can do too, like throw boiling water up in the air, and at these temperatures, it basically turns to snow basically right away. Can do frozen bubbles. There's a car that just went by, and speaking of cars are having a hard time starting here in Manitoba with these cold temperatures. We had CAA here in Manitoba put out a statement this morning saying that the wait times for them to get to you would be longer this morning because there's just so many vehicles that are having a hard time starting, and CAA only has so many resources to get to you. So there's longer wait times for that. And that's just a little picture of what happens here in Manitoba when it gets cold like this.
Yeah, no doubt. I bet you're waiting a long time for a boost in this kind of weather. How long are you expecting it's going to be this cold is going to hang around for?
Yeah, I think the worst of it's going to be from now through to Sunday morning. And then once we get into Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening, we got a push of warm air coming into Manitoba from the west. So that should moderate our temperatures a little bit going into next week. And actually, models are hinting toward the end of next week, maybe into next weekend, we could have temperatures near the freezing mark once again. So that's quite a contrast. We go from blizzards, people in the ditch, to the deep freeze, and then we could be near the freezing mark again toward the end of next week. So this is the Manitoba roller coaster that we're all used to.
Justin, at this temperature, this time of day that you are now outside in, braving the elements for us, for how long is it even really safe, or how long until, despite all the layers you're wearing, you're going to be feeling it?
Yeah, so I would say freeze time, definitely on exposed skin. You're looking at probably about 5 to 10 minutes at these temperatures. Last night in Brandon, we actually did reach -50 wind chill at 10 p.m. last evening. And at those temperatures, those wind chill values, you're looking at less than 5 minutes of exposed skin in terms of getting frostbite. Luckily, right now, the winds have calmed down a little bit. We got the center of high pressure directly over southern Manitoba right now. So again, that's calming our winds down. Wind chill is not as bad, but it's still brutally cold out here.
Okay, and on that note, 5 to 10 minutes, that's my cue. Justin Oertel, that's it for you. Thank you so much. He is the founder of the Weather Centre of Manitoba, outside for us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so for more on this cold weather, I've got the CBC News science and climate specialist Darius Madavi here, very warm in studio with me to digest the forecast that you're seeing. What do we need to know here?
Well, first of all, people in Vancouver are complaining that our lows are -2. So, you know.
Don't even say that out loud right now.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying they should stop complaining, folks watching from Vancouver. Now, we have a bunch of snow on the ground in a number of parts of the United States, including places that don't usually get it. This is the satellite imagery from just the last few hours, and you can see a lot of snow moving through places like Texas and some of the other southern states. A bit of a wintry mix here. Some of this is ice, so sleet. Some of it is a mix of snow and rain, and then a number of thunderstorms that are also starting to pick up down along the border there. So I want to walk you through where the storm is going to be going over the next couple days. First of all, that snow and that rain and these thunderstorms continue to push further and further west. And then as we get into Saturday through the day, it starts to move north as well. So that rain continues that way, but the snow starts to come up towards the northeastern parts of the United States. Some of that mix also continues. As you can see, a very widespread storm, really stretching, thousands of kilometers across the United States and up into Canada. And that's really where we start to see it is maybe Saturday night, but probably looking early Sunday morning. It really starts to move into parts of Ontario and then up towards Quebec and Atlantic Canada as well. And as it does that, we can expect to see in some areas some very high snowfall totals. As the snow moves through, we're going to have winds blowing from the east. That means lake effect snow is likely in parts of Ontario, especially along Lake Ontario. Often when we get lake effect snow, it's because the winds are blowing from the west, and so the snow belts east of Lake Huron are the places that get really dumped on. These setups are a little bit more rare where we see that lake effect snow mostly affecting places like the GTA, but that is likely what we're going to be seeing this time around. So snowfall totals could be pretty high.
Okay, and so Justin was talking about the impact, the effect that they're having with the very cold weather. But let's talk about the impact this storm could have.
Right, so really combining with that cold weather. So this model in particular is showing about 20 centimeters of snow coming to the area sort of from Niagara and then all the way around to Lake Ontario up towards Kingston, and that includes the GTA. I will say that this could easily pick up a little bit more because we have that lake effect snow coming. We could see snow squalls forming along this area as well. We could see these numbers reach probably as high as 30 centimeters, maybe even a little bit above that. We're still a couple days out, so the totals are a little bit uncertain, but that's something definitely to be keeping an eye on. We have a number of weather warnings in place as well. We have this winter storm warning, again, blanketing that whole area around Lake Ontario, some snow squall warnings and some blowing snow warnings as well. So nowhere in southern Ontario is really completely out of the woods unless you go down into the far southwest. We have a number of extreme cold warnings blanketing most of central and eastern Canada. Those are yellow warnings, so the lower classification. If you go a little bit west into the prairies and northwestern Ontario, you see these wind chill values -45 to -55. That has merited an orange warning from Environment Canada, so a higher level. And all that together, Sarah, I mean, 30 centimeters of snow is a lot on its own. When you factor in these really cold temperatures, very dangerous.
I mean, and also how are you getting out there to remove all that snow when it's that cold out there? It's going to be an interesting few days ahead for these parts of Canada. Thank you very much, Darius.
Thank you.